Good day, and just what are we playing today, ladies and gentlemen? Why, we are playing Duke Nukem, Time to Kill. So yeah, after Duke Nukem 3D came out, there were all sorts of spin-off games and things of that nature. Probably the best two that I can think of are Duke Nukem, A Time to Kill, and Duke Nukem 0 Hour for the N64. Now, I never played Duke Nukem, A Time to Kill before. This came out on the PlayStation 1, which I didn't have back in the day. I had the N64, and I did play 0 Hour a little bit. Rented it one time, and enjoyed it well enough. But I decided to go ahead and do this one, because this is essentially Duke Nukem meets Lara Croft, and makes slow, sweet lovin' to it. And Duke Nukem can actually do a pretty good Lara Croft. Well, one would expect to, because he's the fucking Duke Meister. And I wanted to do this primarily because it's a little different from the games I normally do. I want to have at least each month a different game from the norm. Not just a bunch of first-person shooters, or not just a bunch of Doom. In fact, for the month of September, we're not even going to have any Dooms. Which, you know, is going to be cool enough, I suppose. A little bit of a break on that game. Now, this is a PlayStation 1 game, meaning it is going to look a little blocky, look a little 90s 3D, but really, these graphics look pretty good on the EPSXE emulator here. And I'm, of course, playing this with a controller. I'm playing it with the Logitech F something or other. Now, one thing I've noticed is the controls in this game are a little weird. They take a lot of getting used to. I've actually played a little bit of this level already, mainly because I kind of got into this game a little bit. I found it a great deal of fun, and that guy's going to block my path there, and he's going to shoot me on the bloody thing here. This game is balls to the wall hard. Like that, you know? Duke Nukem takes a shitload of damage, but he can dish it out, which is good. But you definitely kind of die a lot in this game, and you get 3 tries, and that's it. Game over. I can imagine you can save at some point, but I haven't actually finished the first level as of yet. You guys will get to see that. And sometimes the controls are a little counterintuitive, because you got to remember this is a 90s game. So, like, you would think you could just walk up there and, like, clamber up there like in Assassin's Creed. Well, no, you can't do that. Well, okay. You go up to the wall and let Duke smack it. Okay, that's pretty hilarious. Oh, let's go ahead. Oh, sorry, Duke. So you go up to the wall, smack your face into it, and that's it. You do the jump, but you can't jump up there. You have to press the, well, on this controller, it's the A key. I think it's like the X key or X button, I forget. You have to hold, and you have to holster your weapon. It doesn't automatically holster. There is a button dedicated for that. And so it took me a little while to get used to these controls, because these are older style controls that are a little stiff at times. But once you get used to it, it's not too bad. It would benefit well from a independent camera control button. And thank Yzmir, it does have auto target. Let's save again. You got to quick save all the goddamn time in this game. I could never play this legit, or I guess I could, but I would not have that much fun with it. Okay, he's down there. I'm being shot. I'm being shot by, I don't know if I'm being shot by him or somebody else. Oh, I'm being shot, okay, yeah, I was being shot over there. Now, the big thing is I probably could have heard him sneaking up on me. Well, I don't think he was sneaking up, but I probably could have heard him had I been able to hear anything, because I have to turn the audio down. And see, you got a holster. You can't just walk up there and hit A, because if you do, he's just going to shoot into the wall. But I can't really hear anything because I have to have the audio down so you guys can hear me. Otherwise, you'd just be hearing Duke smacking into a wall. Okay, that's really that's much more hilarious than it should be. But okay, so this is a pretty good game, a really good game, and there, of course, is the ladies. See, can we activate her?
Turn out the lights, and I'll show you the
I don't know what that did, and I couldn't understand what she said, but whatever. Oh yeah, it does have reflections. That's pretty cool. Duke doesn't look that bad. Wow, he looks like his face is morphing into his neck. But that's 90s graphics for you. The early Duke looked really ugly, though. Like in the cutscenes for the original Duke 3D. I had forgotten just how bad he looked back then. Let's save again. Now, he does have Duke talk, but once again, it's going to be very hard to hear him, because if you could hear him, you couldn't hear me, and then I thought you guys came here for me, not Duke Nukem. But yeah, this is a really fun game. This is one of those games, like, I know, the way I know when I'm going to like a game is when I don't stop playing. God damn it. You know what? We can quick save literally right back to that. God damn it! Okay, there we go. Jump and jump. Grab it. But I know when I'm gonna like a game when I don't stop playing it. When I'm like, okay, this game's pretty good, and I keep playing, or I'll go away and do something and then start playing it again. Because that's how this game kind of works. It's like, okay, I want to do a Duke Nukem game, but I don't want to do more Duke 3D for a little bit. So I'll try this Time to Kill game, because I've not actually played this game until now. I actually just saw, you know, some videos on it, and I thought it looked okay, until I finally decided, well, let's give it a shot, you know? I don't have a shotgun yet, which is annoying, because when I played this the last time, I did. We're going to, of course, go into the strip club, which is always awesome. Hey, let's take a look at the objectives. Their last encounter with Duke ended in an ass-whipping, but the aliens are back for more. By screwing with history, they intend to permanently deal Duke out. Collect the energy crystals, activate the alien time portal, and meet some babes. I like that last one. But yeah, this is a pretty good game. I think if you had a PlayStation 1 back in the day, you probably people would have probably, well, I imagine they did like this game. I imagine it was quite successful for the time. 0 Hour I thought was pretty good, but it was just a rental, and I never actually completed it. I may do that at some point in the future, but I wanted something just a little bit different. I never played any of the Lara Croft games, and that is some great... that's something, alright. Back in the day, that would have been mind-blowing, and I guess it still kind of is today. Although, to be perfectly honest, I still prefer 2D animation to 3D in many cases. Because, like, when this whole 3D, this three-dimensional thing came to be, oh, more reflections! Awesome! Even though he's phasing into the ground. There we go. That does look pretty good. Back then, that would have been far more amazing than it is today. But then again, Duke Nukem, I don't think had... I think, like, in Duke Forever, he wasn't supposed to have reflections because modern graphics, right? I think there's another pig cop in here. No, I guess there isn't. But, yeah, you know... One of the things about graphics is, to me, a lot of the 2D animation just looked better than the 3D animation did. Especially in the early days. I was like, okay, why am I not picking up that shotgun? Oh, ammo full. Okay, do I have a shotgun? I better. Okay, there we go. Take out the shotgun. Suck on my boomstick. I should start saying that as a catchphrase. No, I'm not going to do that. That would be a little too suggestive. Alright, so we are... ready to rock. One of the things about this particular game is the levels are huge and sprawling. Just look at the size of this level. That's one of the reasons why I can really get... What does it say? Gator bait. Gator bait something or other. So it's supposed to be like a sexy gator woman? You know, back in the day, that would have been like, oh, it's disgusting. You know, these days, it's probably some sort of fetish. Why am I not surprised? There's everything now. It's like things you wouldn't even imagine. I imagine such things existed back then, but at least you didn't have to know about it. The early days of the internet did not allow for such things. Or maybe they did, and I just didn't know about it. Okay, so like, I really like the animation in the game. That was cool! Him swiping the card, that's awesome! It's awesome now, much less back then. Now, one game I might end up well, there's no might about it. I will review it at some point that I really liked back in the day that I haven't really talked about is the Max Payne series. Max Payne is a third-person shooter, but once again, it's a classic third-person shooter. It's really... Resident Evil 4 changed a lot in the third-person shooter genre. Now, once again, you can't just jump up here. He's just going to shoot. And he can't do... Well, he did it, but when I first played it, I had to holster the gun and do that. But, like, sometimes you don't have to holster there. And then if you forget the gun button, like, you'll fucking get shot to shit like I am now. I think there might be one behind me, and no, there's not. See, look at how much damage I just took. You know, so, like, the controls really are stiff and do take some getting used to. I died a lot when I first tried this out. And I do like how in this game Duke Nukem has the magic backpack, but then again, he did have, like, a big jetpack kind of thing going on in Duke 3D, so I guess he just has that now. He just commonly wears that, but then again, I guess if he's attacked by aliens all the time, I guess you would want to be fairly prepared. But I just find it funny that now Duke, part of the Duke mythos is he has this high-tech, you know, backpack thing. Well, that's an interesting thing about the Duke mythos. Most of what we know about Duke did not come from the original first-person shooter. You know, it came from you know, all these spin-off games like this and Time to Kill and 0 Hour. What's funny is in the Duke Forever review, I got them mixed up. I was like, okay, 0 Hour, that's like the PlayStation 1, and Time to Kill is like the other one. I thought I got it right, but now I still got it wrong. That's like the difference between certain words. But I'm not going to say the words that I can't remember the difference between, because then I'll mess it up. Once again, back in the day, that would have been really cool. It's still kind of cool now. I mean, the only real difference between that and a modern, you know, train crash would be the modern train crash would have, you know, a bit more going on with it. And I probably shouldn't have saved, because now I'm going to take, like, shitloads of damage. But yeah, the only thing I don't like about this game is you do take a lot of damage by everything in this game. See, like, I don't even want to save now. Actually, you know what we should do if we were smart, and we aren't, is I guess we're going to fall back. Fall back! Run away! Let's see, can we jump up here? Okay, cool, we can. I wasn't able to do that before. Jumping's a little stiff. That's one thing I really do like about the Super Mario 64 games, the Super Mario 64 in general, is Super Mario 64 really has to be one of the smoothest exploration platformer kind of... Hey, wait a minute. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. Well, it's still not a lot of health, but we'll go back here, because I know there's a health in here. But Super Mario 64 really has to be one of the smoothest platformers of that era, or of any era almost. You know, especially compared to this, because this is pretty much Super Duke 64 in some respects. But Super Mario 64 just had a much better camera than this game does, had much better jumping controls. And I do have my original copy that I got back in the day, along with the original box. I actually have a lot of the boxes from my original N64 games, because I was a big N64 fan. I know that the PlayStation 1 got far more popular, and I think that's mainly because, you know, of the import scene and things of that nature. And, well, let's face it, mod chips. Mod chips, mod chips, mod chips. People love those mod chips. And you know what? If you, like, lived in a country, because I have a few fans who've talked to me about it who come from other countries that that's the only way you can play a game is through a modded PlayStation 1. So that would make sense, you know? And I certainly don't disparage anybody from doing that. I mean, it's like, if you want to play games but you can't afford, like, and like $50 is like a month's salary or something, well, you're going to bloody well do a mod chip, aren't you? Because that's what a lot of people don't really understand is, you know, these games aren't cheap, you know? For me to have the kind of games that I had, like, my mother really had to save a lot. And yet, always had the latest video games, like Turok 2. That's kind of crazy, though, especially when I think about, you know, just how little money we actually had back then. See, that's what some people really don't appreciate, is money. The money's got to come from somewhere, you know? And that's why with me, I'm a very, very, very frugal person. That doesn't mean like I don't buy anything. It's just like, am I going to buy a $200 graphics card? No, I am not doing that. I would like to do that, and I have done it in the past, back when I actually had money, but if I ain't got the monies, guess what? It's going to be a simpler graphics card. But thankfully, one of you guys, the fans, Microtubal, and by the time this goes up, you'll know that happened, because this is being recorded a long time ago. You'll know that he actually sent that. And Microtubal is a very, very cool guy for sending it, because it allowed me to do quite a bit of stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be able to, you know, get all the upgrades to the computer or anything like that had it not been for him sending that. That kind of allowed for a lot of other things. But see, that's the thing. Like, I could have bought a $200 graphics card, but I didn't. Instead, I just, you know, took the one that a awesome fan sent, and boom, done. Just boom, done. Boom, done. Yeah, you can get a, you can control your aim, which is cool. As you do need to do that, at least from on this level. Look at how long this level is. Like, it's just going on and on and on and on. That's one thing about the PlayStation 1. You know, that CD-ROM, the interactive CD-ROM was a big deal back in the day. I mean, you could store so much data on these things. 700 whole megabytes. But, you know, it's one of those things. It seems like nothing now, and it really pisses me off when modern games just don't really. No. Okay, that was bad. I accidentally hit escape instead of F1, and it actually exited the game, but I don't think it fucked it up. Cool. Grab it! No! Oh, we're not dead when that happens, but like, but see, that's the thing. He can't grab onto it when he's got the gun out. And like, you really would think that the A button or whatever, it's the A button on this controller because this is supposed to mimic the Xbox 360 controller. Okay, see, he can't jump up there, but you'd think he could. But you just gotta run and jump, and he can make it over. But it's like, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, 700 megabytes. 700 megabits. It's like, okay, you got the Resident Evil series of games. Resi Evil. You know, everybody loves the Resident Evil series. Well, a lot of people do. Well, let me put it this way. There are many gamers who like the Resident Evil series. There are some who will think it's horribly annoying, and once you get some good patience, like, if you really play, like, a lot of, I still sometimes forget what the controls are for some reason, but, like, if you play a lot of Dark Souls, like, you'll love the Resident Evil series. Because well, I say it's a lot of, like, you'll get used to games being a bit tough and a bit obtuse. Let's save, because we just gotta pop out, blast him with a shotty, pop back in, blast him with a shot. Just fuck it. I'll take the damage. Just try to blast him with a shotty before he kills me. I think he's gonna kill. Oh, I'm down to 2 health. Oh shit. The shit just got real. I'm not gonna save though, because I don't want to risk it. But yeah, shit. Da 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 da. Duke dies all the fucking time because he sucks. Not really. Okay, I'll save at that. F1 time, motherfuckers. But like Resident Evil, you know, there's so much gameplay in a lot of these PlayStation 1 games. It's crazy when you go back to play these, just how much they crammed on those discs. Yeah, the graphics aren't that good, but you know, really, in many respects, a lot of these retro games are better than a modern game. They may not have the graphical complexity, but they have the gameplay complexity. You know, a lot of the modern games these days, yeah, they're going to have a bit more presentation and panache and stuff like that, whatever you want to call it, whatever buzzwords you want to use. Oh yeah, the swimming controls are a little weird. It's inverted, but you get used to it. I think one of the big problems with modern games, all that sweet, glorious Duke Nukem ass. Come on, grab the fucking health, Duke. The health, Duke. Okay, and now getting out of here isn't easy because, like, he can go over here, but he can't jump out because he's got the gun out. So you got to put it up, and then he'll grab onto it. It's just kind of silly to me. Yes, his magic backpack of epic win. But yeah, a modern game might have a bit more presentation than this game does, but I just feel like it doesn't have the same level of gameplay complexity. That's one of the things I always will argue about. Is a lot of modern games will have a lot of modern conveniences, so like you would be able to just jump out of there, but the levels would be half as long and they'd be filled with, you know, arrows all throughout. And I like arrows, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy knowing where I'm supposed to go and what the fuck I'm supposed to do. But at the same time, now that I've played a lot more difficult games and I've gotten a little more patient, I find that I do like being able to figure these things out on my own. Now, you know, it can easily get really annoying. Don't get me wrong on that. I'm not becoming, you know, a pro MLG where it's like I need to play the game, you know, blindfolded with 2 hands tied behind my back. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is, you know, when you have a level of gameplay complexity, there is a guy in there. Or is there? I don't see a guy in there. You don't have a flashlight, at least not as far as I know. Should we save? Yeah, let's save. If we die, we die. But, you know, it's just, there's just so much you can do in this, you know? There's just so much more going on than what you would see in a modern game, you know? There'd be cutscenes everywhere, and I like cutscenes well enough. But sometimes you just need to be allowed to play the game. Now, there are modern games that some from the classic gaming eras, like myself, will be like, oh, there's too much story. Shit, what killed me? Okay, there must have been some other guys in there. Really, this would benefit from having a little better camera, but I think this predates the DualShock controller. I like the DualShock controller, always have enjoyed said controller. Now, I don't know how long these episodes are going to go on for, to be perfectly honest, just because I haven't finished this level yet, and it's going on for a long time. So I think what we'll do is we might call it an episode in just a minute, unless we get killed. It's kind of cool to see that there's a visual cue of the eyes. That's kind of an interesting graphical thing there. Now look, we can't jump up there because he's got his gun out, so he's going to go over here and do that. Just gotta mash the A button. Now, there is a bad guy in here, and he's gonna shoot me almost instantly because I can't see him, and dead. Okay, I think we'll get into that room, and then we'll call it an episode. That way these don't go on too long. And this also will act as a little bit of a test to see if something to see if a theory that I have is true. Okay, let's grab the combat shotty, but of course we gotta put it up. Duke Nukem will not climb unless his guns are up. He's a safe shooter. He practices safe shooting, as you'd expect, because Duke Nukem is not an idiot. Come on, shoot him, shoot! Oh fuck, 2 fucking lizardmen. Lizardmen! I can't remember where they're from. God damn it! What are the lizardmen? What's the real name for the? Stop running, you fucking little! Yeah, shit! You fucking coward! Get back here! Wow, it actually has AI? AI, artificial intelligence. Shit! Yeah, we'll kill that guy and then we'll call it a day. Blast that fucking pig cop. That very triangular pig cop. Okay, so we got him. Let's put the rifle up, or the shotty up. Yeah, once again, this is a very fun game. I'm enjoying myself immensely. I really am. That's why I pick games that I really like. You know, that's why I picked Resident Evil, despite, you know, not necessarily being the best at it at first. But I think I was getting better towards the end. And I will come back to it eventually. Well, I say eventually. I really want to keep playing it, but, well, to be perfectly honest, it makes me somewhat sad to play it. What can I say? I am somebody who has emotions. I am emotional. I am a man of emotion at times. Okay, there we go. And so, I am Lord Baron von GeneralLotz, and I'm going to wish you good, Duke Nukem, or whatever makes you happy.